convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Said the whole damn system
It's guilty as hell.
said the whole damn system.
It's guilty as hell.
Said the whole damn system.
It's guilty as hell.
Said the whole damn system.
It's guilty as hell.
All right, everyone. Thank y'all for coming out. My name is Brock Satter. I'm with Mass Action Brutality. And we called a press conference with other families here in Massachusetts who've been impacted by police violence. On the occasion of the sentencing of Derek Chauvin for his role in the death of George Floyd. The word just came out, 22 and a half years. So we wanted to say a few words on this occasion. First off, we should just acknowledge that Derek Chauvin would have never been tried or convicted if it wasn't for the 30 million people who took the streets over the summer months of last year, up until this day. So give yourselves a round of applause if you're a part of that. Right on. Give yourselves a round of applause if you're a part of that, because this is definitely a win for all of us. 22 and a half years, it really isn't enough. It's not justice. I think that's a conclusion that a lot of these families are coming to, that you can't really get justice in America, but what you can try to get is some accountability. You know, their loved ones are never coming back. George Floyd is never coming back. But it is a pretty significant sentence for a police brutality case, and hopefully it does send a message to other officers. Part of the reason that we're out here today is we want to make the point that we've been making over and over the years now, but definitely over the last year, that it's bigger than George Floyd, and that there's a pandemic of police brutality and racism in this country, and there's so many more cases that need that same outcome. And we're demanding, standing with many families who many have been fighting for years, some just in recent months. Every day there's another case. But they're demanding justice to reopen their cases and to prosecute police who killed their loved ones, just like Derek Chauvin was prosecuted. Let's not forget, he's still facing charges under federal court for civil rights violations. We believe all these cases are civil rights cases and should be prosecuted as such. And also, there's 3 more officers yet to be tried. That trial's been pushed next year. We expect those officers to be convicted as well and to go to jail as well. So we need to keep the pressure on. I think that's another question that people might have is, on the occasion of the sentence, do you believe this will now satisfy the outrage that was expressed over these months? And I think the answer is resoundingly no. That's part of the reason why we're out here, to continue that message, that especially these families who've lost loved ones, but every well-wishing human being in this country and around the world really knows that the struggle continues, that it must continue. And along these lines, we wanted to use this occasion to also announce that there's going to be a impacted family-led demonstration in Washington, D.C. this August 28th. It's already involving over 38 states and the District of Columbia, impacted families from 38 states in the District of Columbia. We're going to be gathering also at the Lincoln Memorial. This is separate from other actions that have been called. We're going to be going to the White House, where all families are going to be speaking from all across the country, demanding to what?
Reopen the cases.
What?
Reopen the cases.
What?
Reopen the cases.
So if you're watching this news release and you haven't got the word yet, you didn't know what the demand is coming from these protests, demanding that all of these cases be reopened. And all of these cases be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And there should be not just dozens, not just one or two, not dozens, not hundreds, but thousands of police on trial and going to jail for their crimes. And that's what we're demanding. Hope to see you there August 28th. If you want more information, check our website, maapb.org. That's the Mass Action website. And let's continue to keep the struggle on. It's going to take more people to be in the streets. It was a historic movement that was opened up, but we're just getting started, y'all. So what do you think? How long are we going to be out here?
Till we win.
How long?
Till we win.
How long?
Till we win.
How long?
Till we win.
Right on. So let's keep it on. Keep the pressure on. So next I want to bring out, we have a couple families present. I want to bring up Jennifer Root Bannon, who's a sister of Justin Root, who was killed by the Boston police in 2020 of last year. And she has some words.
Well, this way.
Oh yeah, that way, yeah.
Thank you. Today we know that convictions are possible. Police have shown time and time again by courts and their unions that officers are above the law. Officers are not above the law. And today we know that our system is changing. Officers who murder will and can be brought to justice.
Yeah.
On average, 3 people a day are killed by police. It's so very rare that an officer gets indicted, not alone get convicted. Independent investigations are imperative for transparency. I'm going to tell you the story about the execution of my brother, Justin Root. It happened on February 7, 2020. It was 5 Boston police officers and 1 state trooper. His car crashed in Chestnut Hill after something that happened at Brigham's, which was a situation that was blown out of proportion, that happened between 2 mass mental health facilities, and that officer shot his large paintball gun that was clear in half down there. So they proceeded to chase him, do a pit maneuver, and he crashed in Chestnut Hill, staggered out of his car, got to the mulch and dropped. He had lost 2,000 cc's of blood. A former EMT who just happened to be there ran to help him. She could see that he was covered in blood and he was struggling to breathe. He was semi-comatose. But officers ran with their guns and they told her to move. And one officer kicked him. If you can kick him, you can apprehend him. They stood back probably 5-6 feet and shot 31 bullets. Okay? Wait till the truth really comes out. And it's gonna come out because I'm gonna make sure it does. After they killed Justin, officers were heard saying, "I killed the mother F. I emptied my magazine on him." Those are not words of people who were just afraid for their life. Police are killing people every day, and not all of those killings are witnessed by people with cameras. It's a sad day when justice depends only on cell phone footage. All evidence should count, and police lying under oath, testifying, should be met with severe consequences. Just the fact that there's a word called testifying and people know that it's associated with the police who are lying under oath? Come on, judges and courts. You know that a regular citizen will be held under the law. A badge can no longer be a shield of abuse of power. Impunity needs to end. There are so many people who get thrown into jail for a lot less every single day. Now, if I were testifying or threatening to hurt people, you know I would get the full letter of the law. We need Attorney General Maura Healey and Governor Baker to put into action and reveal the truth. Be about accountability, because the truth does matter. Silence is being complacent. AG Healey and Governor Baker shed some light on the very dark cracks of the Boston Police Department by reopening Justin's case for an independent investigation and open up past cases of all excessive force.
Yes.
I say this every time. This is an inflection moment in history. Where do you stand? Where do our leaders stand? It is never too late to do the right thing. Convictions happen and the truth comes to light when a community doesn't let up.
Yep.
And we will not let up.
Yep.
We're going to keep speaking up and we're going to keep making noise. In August, I'm going to be joining hundreds of other impacted families in Washington, D.C. on August 28th. We're going to be demanding that officers are indicted and convicted. We need everyone to keep showing up. Keep coming out. We are making progress, and it's going to take all of us. Thank you for coming out today.
We want to what?
Reopen the cases.
Say what?
Reopen the cases.
Say what?
Reopen the cases.
Say what?
Reopen the cases. Now.
Right now, right now. We're going to bring up Hope Coleman next, the mother of Terrence Coleman. What Jennifer said is correct. August 28th, we need everyone's support to come down to D.C. and march with these families. It's a historic convergence. Never before happened. So many families coming together in their own name, demanding justice to reopen these cases. And as Jennifer said, we make these same demands to the state government, Governor Baker, Attorney General Maura Healey. They do have the power to reopen the cases. And all these county prosecutors, we've been definitely talking about Rachel Rollins. She said that she was going to meet with all these families. She hasn't met with one yet, as far as I know. So without further ado, I want to bring up Hope Coleman. We believe in hope. We believe in hope.
We believe in hope.
Hello. My prayers go out to the boys' families. But what about here in Boston? There's been a lot of cover-ups here. I've been suffering without my son. Mental health do matters. Mental health matters. I'm sorry that I even dialed 911 because the police just come and just shoot. I called for the ambulance, but the police came. If I'd known they were going to kill my son, I would never call. Because he'll be here, right here today, fighting for justice for everyone else. My son was 31 years old. He would have been 36 this year. He was unable to yell when he got shot twice in his hallway. But I was there with my son. Instead, they said I wasn't with my son. I'm a mother that cares. My son, he was kind. All he did was sit on his desk and sell DVDs and CDs. He was a G-Unit fan, 50-cent fan. He would order his clothes on the line. My son come a long way, but not for somebody to destroy his life. He couldn't yell like George Floyd yelled for his mom. My son was already gone. And when they said that he died on the way to the hospital, that's a damn lie. He died in my hallway. Because my 5 grandbabies were downstairs in the basement. One of them come out and open the door and slam the door because his eyes were in the back of his head. He didn't holler. He couldn't holler, he was gone. But the hospital said he died on the way. The whole damn system is covering up everything.
False narrative.
And it's time for a damn change.
Yes.
Before George Floyd, I was already going to Minneapolis. Because they support me there too, and I speak my words out there. George Floyd's here in Boston before my son was already gone. But Baker says it'll never happen here. But what happened now, Baker? You're doing nothing. You're not be opening cases. You should know your job. No justice, no damn peace. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm not going to give up hope.
That's right, Hope.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up hope.
No.
We all are not giving up hope. It's time for a change. Every day you turn the damn TV on, someone's getting killed. Someone's getting killed. Can't even send your kids or grandkids to the store. Even disabled people getting knocked down and shot up. I like to say, Mass Action, I thank them for being with me from the time, from the beginning to the, not even the end, because we're going to keep on until we damn win.
Till we win.
We're going to keep on winning. I don't give a damn how old I am. I'm going to keep on fighting. Because my son would appreciate it. My son should be here today. I feel so bad. I can't function. I can't enjoy holidays. I have to go to the cemetery and let my child know and my husband to know what's going on. A year after my son, I had to bury my husband on top of my son. And the words that came out of his mouth and said, they didn't know he was in the basement when they shot my son. They didn't know my husband was in the basement. He was sickly. But he said, the tall one and the short one. I said, yeah. They laughed about the fact they had killed my son. We finally got him out the way. We did a good job. We ain't got to worry about him anymore. That's a damn shame. And this is justice? Hell no. We're fighting for justice. And stop covering up and making your lies up. It's gonna backfire your ass. I went to my niece picked me up from the hospital. When I went to the hospital, they said he died on the way. No, he didn't. He got shot in the groin in the head automatically. It's the artery. You're already gone. So when you make up lies, it's gonna come out. You don't even know who got cameras out here taking the damn, but videoing. My niece turned on the TV. At the time, the commissioner got on the news and said, the mother's a liar, she wasn't there at all. That's a damn lie. I was with my child. I was with my child. I was knocked down with my son. It was horrible. I had to call the news reporters my niece did to take pictures of my arms and my legs being bruised up and bleeding. But the fact that they shot my son and then they promoted one of the cops, it's not damn right. Reopen the damn cases.
Reopen the
Reopen the
cases.
cases.
I can't even go to, I have to go to the cemetery, let them know everything that's going on. I can't focus. I can't enjoy life without my son. He was an uncle. He has nieces and aunts. Then they had a nerve to handcuff my son. My other granddaughter come upstairs and open the door. They handcuffed him. For what? He was already gone. I didn't hear him holler. It's painful. You can't explain it. The feeling. I worked so hard to take care of my family and do what's right. Call for help. Instead, they murdered my son, my child. They murdered him. And my grandbabies open up the door and run down. I don't need to see that. They're traumatizing my grandbabies and the neighbors and families. And I'm proud to say that my granddaughter, the twins, they graduated, they were seniors. And they even mentioned it to them that the other twin is fighting for justice also. They applaud her, and I applaud them also, because every single one of them are traumatized. My grandson is 17 now. I worry about him. When it happened, they were below the basement. He had to take a blanket to cover his 5-year-old sister that's standing right here. She was 5 at the time. And had to hide behind the couch. If that's not traumatized, what the hell is it? Kids don't need to be feeling and seeing this stuff every damn day. You do the time, you do the crime, you do the damn time. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Reopen the damn cases. Thank you.
Reopen the cases.
We believe in hope. We believe in hope. We believe in hope. We believe in hope. That's right. So we demanding that that case of Terrence Coleman be what?
Reopen the cases.
Yeah, reopen the case of Terrence Coleman. That's what we've been demanding. One of the other things that we've been doing, and it's still something ongoing, is we demanded that the park, Peters Park, be renamed Terrence Coleman Park, and that the city recognize, that what happened to Terrence should have never happened, and also the importance of this fight in this country and in this city. Why is this resonating so much? Why did 30 million people take the streets? I believe that these families represent the moral heartbeat and spine of this fight, and that this fight is really not just a fight about police brutality, but it's the flashpoint of the fight for basic democratic, civil, and human rights in the United States. And everyone sees the danger when a government can trample the rights of its citizens and then justify it. And that's why people are taking the streets. That's why we have to continue to take the streets and demand justice in each and every one of these cases. So we want everyone to get involved. If you want to help with the reopen the case, or excuse me, the rename the park campaign, or help these families get to DC, go to DC yourself August 28th, and just be involved in these ongoing fights. It's truly a historic moment. Families are coming out of the woodwork. They're saying enough is enough. Now is the time. And the George Floyd case, the George Floyd fight, has just opened up a much bigger fight. And we're not going to stop fighting until we what?
Till we win.
Till we win. So if you want to get involved, we're going to have a meeting at Terrence Coleman Park on Monday, the 28th. It should be on a flyer circulating. In case of inclement weather, there'll be a Zoom call. That's also on the flyer. But thank y'all for coming out and showing up and showing out for George Floyd. We need to keep the pressure on for justice for all these families, especially the ones right here in our neighborhoods, in our state. We're here standing with the family of Justin Root and Terrence Coleman today, but we know there's many others out here. Some who just couldn't be here today. The family of Bo Ramsey White, the family of Osama Rahim, of Ross Batista, Dennis Reynoso, Malcolm Gracia, DJ Henry. Oh, that's a good one to point out. Another example of how pressure bursts pipes. The DJ Henry case, we've been working with the family for many years now. They're in Easton. He was killed in New York, but now, over 10 years after the incident, the Attorney General in the state of New York has announced they're going to reinvestigate the DJ Henry case.
Woo!
Yeah. This is a case that's being reopened. Cases can be reopened. It is a thing. We don't have to accept the DA's investigation as the so-called last word in these incidents, which is literally hundreds and thousands of incidents that have never even gone to trial. So we demand all these cases be reinvestigated. from all the ones you've heard on the news to ones you've never heard of. And many of them are right here in your own backyard. DJ Henry being one of them. Luis Barreto, another one in Fall River. The case of Yuri Stamps. These are some of the families that we've been working with or that have been out here fighting. And we know there's more. We ask others to step forward. Now is the time, and it's not just about George Floyd. There is a pandemic of police brutality and racism in America. And we can all be a part of this historic movement. So thank you for coming out. Let's keep the pressure on, and let's support these families.
What's up, Liam? Yeah. Usually it's like a few cameras. Yeah, usually it's only a few cameras.
Yes,
Okay. All right.
I think they were. They should have been.
And everyone is seeing that this is somewhat okay. 20-year sentence is nothing. If he ends up serving that, it should be maximum to the fullest extent of the law. And until then, America does not feel safe. Siraj, S-I-R-A-J.
And your last name?
But yeah, at least my phone.
Maybe on this other side.
Maybe it is. Yeah, exactly. But it's at
When you get deep.
it's in Connecticut. Yeah, it's like 2 hours. I am so
I know it's mostly. I mean, always.
Have many cases of them. A lot of them are intertwined, as my sign here says, with LGBT, specifically trans Black women. are often brutalized without any sort of justice. This absolutely needs to change. One way of doing so is reopening cases. Another way would be to defund the police.
I feel like defunding the police would be the proper step forward.
Yeah, absolutely. The amount of money that goes towards our police systems versus what we can do for social services. As the mother, Hope, of Terrence Coleman spoke out about mental health resources, she was calling for her son specifically for mental health resources. And our police showed up and instead brutalized him and ultimately led to his murder. Instead of police funding for this brutalization, I absolutely call on our democracy to put those funds into mental health services, into social work, and into education instead.
And lastly, emotionally, just how do you feel when your mother, Terrence Coleman, in relation to the sister, just explain the family?
Yeah, it's absolutely unbelievable. I can never imagine that sort of pain. I am a white woman, so that is not a racial pain that I will ever have to face. My girlfriend is black, and she does have to face that on the day-to-day basis. As I said, I have no idea what it feels like, but it's important for all of us to come out and support these victims of this brutality and support their families for all their worth and all they should be. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
How do you spell your name?
It's Amanda, Amanda, and then Linehan, Linehan. Thank you.
What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up? Good to see you. I mean, trying to cover our bases. I'm not out here every day.
What you been up to, man?
MBA classes, working full time.
All right.
I've been obviously attending a little bit more marches and rallies. Yesterday, there was a march and rally up here for the Free Palestine.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, this cancel the rent at Nubian Square. There's also something going on in Government Center around 3 to 5.
Okay.
And assuming if I go on IGTC, there's also something going on in Randolph from like 9 to 11 with a mother who
Oh yeah.
had her kid ran over by the cops, as she stated. So
There's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. I'm gonna try to make it out to some of them if I can.
right, and so I have to obviously listen to my body because I want to do all three, but I'm not a spring chicken anymore.
Right.